All right, we are back once again. Before we get started, though, I want to do a quick shout out to my latest course, the 100 Front End Interview Questions Challenge, which is a bestseller in the front end web development category, which I'm very proud of. But you can get it for just $9.99 using the link in the description below, where it's going to help you ace those technical screens that you're going to have with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, some of the core competencies that you would expect. Use coupon code CodingGod or just use the link. All right, with that being said, we're getting pretty close to getting our application to a point where it's good to go. We just have to put in some real data. And so there's some cleanup I want to do and some SEO stuff. So one of the cleanup is this doesn't look very good. We could have this blue be on top, and so we're gonna do stuff like that. So basic stuff, but I want to dive a little deeper into Angular Universal SEO. Let's see what we can do. So one thing that we can do real quick is if we go to videodevdocs.heroku app, is I wonder if this will work. I'm not sure if this will work with it being server-side rendered. All right. So let's go ahead and run the audit. Let's see how this works. I've never ran Lighthouse against a server-side rendered application, so I'm not quite sure how that's going to play out. All right. Okay, so a couple things that we need, right? We need to update meta description, and we also need to, what was the other one? Robots.txt. All right, so that's two things. Let's look at what we got going on here. Let's clear this one more time, and I want to run it for a desktop. Our audits. So thus far, I'm just taking some notes here as we go and launch it. So all right. Also, none of our progressive web app stuff is triggering. I know why. So we're gonna get that in here. Okay, come back to that. All right, so SEO still same thing. Let's see what it says about that. I've never even heard of the structured data stuff, but let's. All right. Go and do some things here. Best practices. So we want to investigate how to use HTTP/2. We can solve those two things. Past audits. Documents title. Page has successfully. Links have descriptive text. Okay. Alright, so for SEO, it doesn't look like we're too bad, but we're definitely going to look up some Angular specific. Still tuning up? Yeah, buddy. Every day. So we want to, so like what I did earlier off stream was I'll show you guys real quick. It's not perfect, but while we're looking at this, God, I still can't figure this. Timed interactive. I don't believe this for a second that the timed interactive is 29.5 seconds. I think that might be the server side rendered aspect of it. So first paint, 1 second, 1 second. Yeah, I think this is somehow it doesn't interact with the server side rendered aspect very well. That's all that's happening there. I don't know though. Alright, so I'll have to look back at that. Okay, but yeah, so if we go to here, you can see in our code coverage, I spent a little bit of time getting our code coverage up. So now we're at about 80%, which is where I like to be, give or take. It's not perfect. Some of these items have some issues, specifically with me subscribing to observables in constructors, which I haven't quite yet figured out how to get by. But by and large, a good portion of our code is tested, about 80%, which is acceptable. That's sort of on the low end where I would like to be. I'd like to be at 90%. But okay. Spend some time today doing that. Now that we've done that, let's go see. Let's do a little something. Angular Universal, Angular, update meta tags. So I think there's a service Angular has. Other keywords, yeah. Let's see if there's some meta tags for SEO. So I think this is going to be what we're going to want. All right, so first thing I want to do, close all that. Let's go up to here. One issue that I had, close that, close that. Let's go to our app module, is that I don't think this environment dot production by the time this runs through. So I'm just gonna set this to true. So I'm okay with it running on my local, and I'll just disable it. so that I make sure that it launches. Then we can see how the progressive web app thing gets triggered. All right, now that we've done that, clear that. Let's go to our app component.ts. So anyhow, the reason I want to do this is it's going to take me a second to create some Bootstrap stuff. So what we're going to do is create an SEO service. And here we're going to say added turn the PWA features on. Git push. Git push Heroku. All right. Cool. So we've done that title service. So let's create a service. We're going to call it SEO. New file, SEO.service.ts. Export abstract class, a SEO service. Come back to that. Nope, wrong. And then here, new file, SEO.service.ts. Export class a SEO service that implements. All right, new file, SEO.service spec ts SEO. All right, there is that. And finally, one more. Excuse me. So now that we've done that, go back to app module. We will provide a SEO service and we'll use SEO service. Coolio. Alright, so that's still deploying. So let's go to our SEO service, and in our constructor, let me look at the title service real quick. So what I'm thinking is that we'll actually just make it part of the title service. When the titles changes, we'll update the SEO. So a public meta That didn't really tell us shit, did it? Let's do this. Meta tags all pages should have for SEO. All right, cool. So that should have got the updated version. We'll run that. Okay, so let's start with the description. So okay, so we definitely want to have a description. Start there. Heyo, everyone with the fire today, huh? We don't want the same. One second. My dog's been barking at our roommates today. I think it's just excited. Okay, so all right, we need to definitely, oh my goodness, do the meta description. All right, so what I would like to do, how do I want to do this? Because the description is actually coming from the service, so like, which I believe is fine. So like in our example here, I think this is what we do. Okay, I know what to do now. So I put this in the wrong spot. This actually needs to go into shared, and we're going to use it a lot of other places. So we have our SEO service. Let's go to shared. So each one of these components is each one of the views will have its own version of the SEO service. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. And then we will have our shared. There we go there. Trying to install. Huh. It looks like our service worker is having some issues. Alright. We'll have to figure that out later. It's not our main goal. So, let's go back to here. npm start. How's it going, man? I'm good, man. I'm feeling solid, man. So let's go to our home component. We'll start there. Start on the most simplest implementation. So home component. So home component, we'll have a constructor, and in here we'll have public a meta or a meta service. Oh, SEO service. All right. So whenever our home component is constructed, what we'll do is we'll let's just create a private function. And we'll say this dot Alright, so let's look back at what it is that we're adding again. So we're definitely adding the descriptions, and that's fine. Then we have content. So we have a tag name, and then we have content, which will be a string, and this will be a all right, and now we can go here. Public last tag. Do I ever feel scared to change things up because everything's working? No. For one, everything has tests, so I usually am fairly confident I'm not breaking anything. The majority of things have tests. And then another thing is I'm obviously trying to change it for a reason, and I won't leave it in a broken state. So like your code should be loosely coupled, if not coupled at all. Like you don't want it to be tightly coupled, is a better way of saying that. And that's because, oh, if I change this one thing, the whole site breaks. This means you've designed something very poorly. So what you want to do, is you want to build it in such a way that if it does break, you break a very small portion of functionality, because it only impacts a very small portion of what it is you're trying to do. What are these tests? Like unit tests, or would be a pretty basic example. All right, so we're gonna say this dot add meta tags, tag name content. All right. So this should actually be add meta tag. I want to make it singular. And now we go to the home component. This could be add meta tags though. So probably add more than one. And then just all right. And let's go and actually do something a little spicy here. Jesus Christ. Over here trying to look at messages and everything's blown up. So all right. How's it going, man? Alright, so here we'll have a name. And we'll actually just make that name make our life easier. And we'll have content. Name, comma, content. Okay. Now we're good. So that's going to deploy that. We can see that bad boy in action. Happy Labor Day, man. No, and sometimes I do. Usually what I end up doing is I run the test down here. Oh, that's not gonna work. Cause actually we can get rid of this test because we're gonna write more advanced tests anyhow. But this is gonna blow up, or at least it should. Yeah. All right, so I'm just reading this real quick. So content type. I think we have that already. All right, pick a note here, do content type, title. We'll dive deeper into that in a second. Meta description and viewport. Then different. So social meta tags. Specific bots, Google bot. Okay. So that should fail as anticipated. Alright, cool. So now that we've done that, well, that's firing off. Let's go. And we have a list. Let's learn a little bit more about. So keywords. Did I open that? So I think I'm already doing this because I did create a title service. Okay, so I think our title service is good. We're going to need to do some research on the social media ones and the description. All right. waiting for this to deploy. Let's go back to the SEO service. All right, so after that, what we'll do is we will public update and Twitter meta. We'll do that, and then put these notes in here real quick. It's fine. And the standard template. Actually, this is Twitter. So we'll have public add open graph. All right. Put this here. Just getting it ready, boys. Just getting it ready. All right. Let's see here. Still going. In addition, all the data contains standard. The full template contains Google authorship and publisher markup. Schema markup for Google Plus. Well, don't need that anymore. R.I.P. There's another one. All right, let's just do this. This has the full list of what we want for Twitter, according to Mozilla. And I'll take your word for it, Mozilla. This will be open graphs. This will be for Facebook. Don't think we're gonna need that. Yeah, we're not trying to sell anything. I don't think we're gonna need that. And then we can come back to this later. All right. SEO, baby. Let's go ahead. Let's go see if we did. Did we get it? The Google Web Toolkit? I'm not exactly familiar with what that is. So if all right, so there it is. Video dev docs, blah blah blah. All right, so
Here's the definition of isolate. Cause a person or place to be.
so it looks like it added our meta description properly. Now we can run it real quick. Let's just do the SEO. I don't care about the other stuff right now. See how our SEO looks. All right, cool. So I got our meta description. Nice. So, excuse me. Now that we've done done that, and this should actually be using the not a string, but should be using meta tags. All right. So our home page is good. Now when we get to our topic, so I'm starting to think our meta service. This is what I'm thinking. So let me show you something real quick. All right, so instead of going here, let's go to localhost 4200. All right, cool. So navigation end, right? So we're here. Hits our path. This then ends. Right after category JavaScript. Then we do it here. We do it. Okay, that was something else. I was like, no. Why do we have more logs? Detail service. Right. Okay. So what I'm thinking of is actually the title service. Instead of going in all these places and updating it, really what we care about is the title service having access to our meta service. And we can save ourselves a little bit of a headache instead of having to incorporate this all the places by throwing it in here. The only thing that I'm concerned about is the stuff that I want to update. The stuff that I want to update isn't. I guess we can't do that because I need access to the asynchronous data. Yeah. All right. Okay, so we did home. Let's go back to our SEO service. This will add the description. And what else did we want to do? We want to add so let's add that to, let's go to our components. We'll go, excuse me, our views. documentation. Views. So let's do a category. So here we have a private SEO service of type A SEO service. All right. So whenever these route params change, update just meta description, and here we'll take in a topic, excuse me, a category. Okay. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna say this dot update meta description. Actually, do here this dot update meta description, and we'll take in a header of type header here. Because that's all the info we need for our. And then we'll say this dot SEO service dot add meta tag, and then meta tags dot description, and in here const description so lowercase d is equal to header dot label at this point. I was going to do some concatenation, but I think this is all I want, actually. I think that should be it. Cool. Now, what I'm interested in seeing is this, if it overwrites it or if we have to do some additional stuff. Because I'm hoping that it overwrites it and doesn't just add 2 meta tags. So I'm just doing some excuse me, some SEO stuff. Looking, seeing what the dealio is. All right, let's go. And I'm gonna use the little boys' room. All right. Okay, cool. So we're gonna find out if that updates it or if I have to remove it, then add it. All right. Almost there. Deploying the server-side app takes so long. It takes about 5 times as long as it takes to deploy the what do you call that thing? The actual service. All right, cool. So empty cache or reload, clear this out. So if we go to, so we got one description here. So if we go to a category page, that description, our content didn't load. Interesting. I wonder if this isn't going to do what I want it to do. That would make me sad. No. Is the site live? No, not yet. I mean, it's on, like right now it's being hosted on Heroku, but this is just sort of a, it's not released yet. I need to test on the, on Heroku to see. So that did it that time. I should say multiple descriptions. All right, so I think forced creation. So I messed this up again. Oh no, this was fine. So that's fine, but then we get to here. So you don't want to add multiple ones. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We gotta make this a little bit better. So if const tag equals this dot meta dot update tag name comma content. So I see tag definition. So this would be name comma content. and then if there's not a meta tag, this.add meta tag. Okay, so I think that solves our issue. We're going to try and update. If the tag exists, it'll come back, and if it doesn't, it's going to return null. Okay, so I'll launch that real quick. That should stop those multiple meta tag issues. Oops. Alright, so that's deploying. So I think that will solve that. Are there any openings in my company for front-end developers? Yeah, we're hiring senior JavaScript engineers. Alright, so cool. This should actually be singular. I messed up again. Meta tag. Can I refer your resume? Are you in the US? Are you in the US and can you work in the Tampa or Dallas area? I'm not sure why this is blowing up. Alright, let's see if this does any better. Alright, so we're going to start here. Alright, title's good. Viewport's fine. Description. Alright, cool. Nice. So that updated. Go back to home. Cool. Alright, so that's working as anticipated. Yeah, that's not, unfortunately, that's not going to work. I don't need this. Just got a text from someone saying, "Love your podcast." Thanks, Mark, if you're watching. All right, cool. So we updated the meta tag. Fix that. So now that we've done that, let's do it for a detail or a topic. Ooh, this is getting kind of jumbled, ain't it? Yeah. It's not about you being ready. There are logistic things to having someone come across the country. Okay, so there we go with that. That should be fine. Let's deploy it one more time to here. All right, let's close all this. So we added it to category. We're going to add a topic. We're going to add it to detail as well. So April's got jokes. Hey, love, why don't you send me a link to the code pin and come up here, and then we can work through it together. Or hold off. How long have I been live streaming? An hour? Give me like 15 more minutes, baby, and then I'll come down and I'll help you. But what's your issue that's happening is that one item of specificity is overriding another. So what you think is most specific is not. All right. Go ahead and commit this. You know, the one thing about having your significant other learn to write code is that by the end of it, they might have a larger respect for what you do as a professional. Instead of just assume that you're just some chump that got lucky. Not that that's what's happening. I'm just saying it's sort of a personal thing. Okay. How's it going, Kevin? Kevin, were you able to find? I know you're. Will I add login authentication in the app? At this time, that's not a feature that the app needs. Although, as apps grow in scope, so do features, obviously. So you never really know. Okay, that's fine. So that it's there. So a couple things. One, I'm nowhere near getting. Do we need to talk about this? No, I'm just saying that. Look. Everyone knows that significant others oftentimes think that their significant others are brain dead. But you can see now, my brain ain't so dead, is it? But yeah, no authentication at this point. There could be down the road. What was I looking for? Let's go to components, footer. Don't. Alright, we'll take out the about. Contact exists. Support exists. Cool. I'm not gonna get to the about page anytime soon, so I want to take that out so I don't have to go do. I do need to finish up contact. Alright, so Got her. Got her. That's right. Put her on timeout. Yeah, buddy. We got her all. Got her good. Kevin, have you been able to... I know you were interested in getting back into dating now that you can eat properly. Hope your dating life's been going well, man. Reward yourself by meeting someone solid to keep you in check. As my wonderful love of my life likes to do on a daily basis. Okay, so... That's deploying. That's fine. So at this point, I'm going to call the description SEO service Dunzo. I guess we'll do this one too. Dude, I'm on an everyday grind. Add SEO. That's shocking. Okay. Cool. So that's all working. Let's just double check. Clear the app here. Go to the head. Description. Single description. Yep. Excellent. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a default guard. Then I'm just going to throw on files that all should have the same SEO, like our homepage, our about page, our... Well, actually, they said not to have the same description for multiple pages. Scratch all that. LOLO. I guess it literally said not to do that exact thing I was about to do. That's fine. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way. You're loving it and being able to make money and feel good for you, man. We might film a podcast today on Angular. We're trying to stay away from technical topics, but we both work in Angular, so I think it's worth doing. Old friends think I got lucky and don't know what it takes to be a good dev. Yeah. Yeah, man. I got lucky too when I took my income from $12,000 to for my job alone this year, I'll be close to 130, not counting any income outside of my work. But we got lucky, man. It had nothing to do with the fact that while your friends were out doing the same things that they've been doing, you were in studying, making no money, grinding. You were there doing tutorials, going to meetups, doing courses, building projects, interviewing, failing interviews, practicing algorithms. That ain't got nothing to do with it. You just got lucky, man. The funny thing is the luckier I've been getting, the more successful I've been getting. So, and the harder I've been working, the more successful I've been working. The more successful I've been. Do you like using Angular professionally over React? Yes. Angular is much more organized in my opinion. Has a lot of stuff out of the box. It's maintained by like one team. There's nothing wrong with React. I just prefer of it. Oh, trust me, Kev. I know all about it, man. I know all about it, dude. So. Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. And you know what? How it can be summed up in? Haters gonna hate. That's as simple as it can be. Haters are gonna hate, man. That's all. Gonna push that up to Heroku. That's all. Don't let it bother you. And those friends, you'll find out very soon if you want to continue to be successful, you'll probably have to weed out those people. Because what you want are people around you that are proud of you and that support you. And when people are telling you that they got lucky, what it means is they don't respect you. What it means is that they don't understand what it takes to get there, and they're never going to get there, or at least not in the immediate future. And so you'll probably find yourself not liking your old friends as much because they're not as driven and motivated, and they're actually pulling you down instead of pulling you forward. All right, so we did the description SEO. Let's go. God, we haven't really gone to the Trello board in a while, have we? We've sort of abandoned ship on the Trello board. Let's go to the Trello board real quick. I want to get back in the habit of getting up to date on the Trello board. So we'll leave that there. We're going to move that back to low priority. Video component's done. Support component. I need to do something with... Oh, I think that part, that's done. I think I did that. Haters gonna hate. I mean, it's silly. I think I did that, right? No, I didn't. That's a work in progress. Okay. Alright guys, we've been going about an hour and a half. I'm gonna go help April. She needs a little help with her studying. Ugh. Yeah, Kevin, I know it's true, man. I've gone through all of it. I tell people, in my video where I talked about 30 minutes about what it takes to be a good self-taught developer, one of the things I talk about is shortening your list of friends and family, because a lot of people aren't going to get it. Well, you have to understand 70% of people hate their job, and the majority of people are scraping by. So if you don't want to be like the majority of people, you have to start making choices that are different than what the majority of individuals make. So, I don't know, man. It's not hard. It's not easy. It's hard. But it's worth it. I mean, how many of your buddies right now are grinding on Labor Day, on their 3-day weekend? Because I've been grinding every single day on the weekends. And not just this weekend, for about 4 years. So the answer is almost no one. And if you are, you'll be very successful, as you've sort of realized by going and 4xing your income. But you just got lucky, right? Oh, man. But all right, guys, I'll catch you later. I'm gonna go help April study, and I'll probably just be working on this in the background. I gotta record some podcast episodes in about 30 minutes with Eric anyhow. So see you guys later. Bye.